Okay. So I've been somewhat consumed with the whole Zimmerman trial, right? Because to me, like the prosecution, to me, like the point that should be being discussed to me is the fact that he is up for second-degree murder. He not up for this. Is not a self-defense trial, right? Like to me, to talk about self-defense would be to like talk about jaywalking or to talk about speeding or to talk about some other law infraction that the trial not about, right? The trial is about second-degree murder. What is second-degree murder, right? Well, I had to look it up because I really didn't know. I really didn't know like the difference between second-degree murder, first-degree murder. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to just like murder she wrote, just murder, right? So I looked it up, and it's kind of like the definition could be a disregard for human life. Like you going into a situation knowing that the other person might not come out. That's what it is. So if you kill and that was your mind state going in, then that's second degree murder, right? Okay. I'm today, so I'm watching the testimony and the defense going in on some gun expert or something. I caught the end of a testimony, but she talking about guns with safeties or whatever. And they were talking about single action and double action. I don't really know a lot about guns. I am not a gun owner. I'm not anti-guns. I done shot guns before, you know what I'm saying, at a range or whatever. Ain't getting at nobody. But the whole thing is, I couldn't remember if when you load a gun, is it loaded, right? But guns have safeties, right? So we know that his gun has a safety. Like, I'm assuming that the safety on the gun is working. Maybe it's not working, which that's another issue in and of itself. But if his gun has a working safety, according to Zimmerman's accounts, the safety wasn't on. Like, he didn't say, I went for the gun, I pulled it out, I took out the safety, I shot. No, he said he pulled it out and pulled the trigger and shot him. He said, I'm getting my head bashed in or whatever. He's smothering me. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't breathe. Thought my life was in danger. Then I felt his hand going down my side. I figured he knew about my firearm. And so I just went for my firearm, you know what I'm saying? And I pulled the trigger. So the gun is hot. So this is what I would, if Zimmerman got on the stand, or if we can ask the question, I would just ask the question of the jury, just of the court, or just to the people listening. This would be the question. When did Zimmerman take the safety off his gun? Does he walk around all the time when he has his legally loaded arm? Is the safety always not on? Is the gun always hot when he got his gun on? When he does neighborhood watch, he ride around with a hot gun, or is the safety on? So at some point in my mind, he had to take the safety out the gun. When did he take the safety out the gun? Did he take the safety out the gun when he was on the phone with 911? Did he take the safety out the gun when he got out and started chasing Trayvon? Did he take the safety out the gun after he stopped chasing and Trayvon jumped out of the bushes and said, you got a problem, homie? Is that when he took the safety out? According to him, the gun was on his hip. So the gun is not in his hand, but the safety is not on. Right? So when did he take that safety out the gun? When he first saw Trayvon? So let's just play that out. When he first saw Trayvon, let's say he took the safety out then. Right? He take the safety off and follow a dude that he think is suspicious. Then he get out the car with a gun that he didn't took the safety off and chase a dude that he think looks suspicious in the rain at night. Does it look like he have any regard for human life or who this dude is to you? Now, Trayvon don't know this. We know this, though. We know this is what's running at Trayvon. If this was a movie and this was the scene building up and you know what you know about Zimmerman and you know what you know about Trayvon and they get into an altercation, who you rooting for? Who you want to win the fight? If you was looking at that, are you rooting for, when he gets that gun, are you like, hooray, yeah, I'm glad he got it? Like, are you cheering? You done seen movies and seen people get shot and you was glad it happened. Like, right? So at this moment, is that how you feel about Trayvon? Who had some Skittles? Who felt like, already felt like, because he know danger. Everybody know Trayvon wasn't no angel. He know danger. He was already like, hey man, this creepy ass cracker following me. He was already running from him. He was running from him. He was running from him. He was running from him, and he got chased by George Zimmerman. At some point, took the safety off his gun and chased him down. So, and then right now let's remember this. Trayvon Martin is dead. He was shot by the dude that did this. This was self-defense? You tell me.